Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. That's exactly what a designer named Jeribai Tascoe did, and he made his dream come true the second time around.
Jeribai Tascoe was a finalist on Season 8 of HGTV's Star. The reality competition rewards one lucky designer the chance to win his or her own show on HGTV. Each week, Jeribai completed individual and team design challenges. All the projects were scrutinized by a panel of judges. As a runner-up, Jeribai is thankful for his time on the show, and he credits his design skills and success to God.
And please welcome to the 700 Club, the runner-up to HGTV star, Jeribai Tascoe. Jeribai, thanks so much for being with us.
Pleasure to be here.
So I can't wait for this segment because I love design, and I'm not very good at it myself, but I know a lot of people can't wait to hear some of your ideas. Well, you were a huge fan of this show, HGTV Star, and how did you earn a spot on the show?
Okay, so my wife and I used to watch the show all the time because we were looking for decorating ideas for our home. Sure. And one of our homes that we purchased, we totally remodeled. I ended up sending that house, that one house, that was my portfolio at the time. I sent that into the show, and they loved the work I did on this. And so that earned me a spot. Okay,
but not the first time, right?
The first time I earned, I didn't quite make it on, the first time, but the second time around, they called me and wanted me to be part of Season 8.
Well, how does the show work for those who haven't seen it?
If you haven't seen it, it's basically it's a reality show, but it's a design competition. So there's different challenges that they put the designers through. They have you do rooms. They do conventional rooms, like living rooms or dining rooms. There's a kitchen challenge, the always dreaded kitchen challenge. And then there's some unexpected, like they might throw you in a shipping container and have you design that. Yeah, a lot of unexpected stuff.
Well, what would you say was probably the most challenging design that they gave you to do?
I would think, for me, it was the bus challenge. So we redesigned a school bus. Whew. Right, they took the chairs out, and we had the whole length of the school bus to work with, but it was extremely daunting because we could do whatever we want.
What did you turn it into?
I turned mine into a boxer's lounge. So the back half of it was a training area for a boxer, and the front half was a lounge space for him to relax.
Well, how would you describe your overall style?
I call my style fresh remix, which is contemporary, basically a contemporary style, but I like to mix it in with other styles. Okay,
and Jeribai, you are self-taught. You didn't go to design school.
No.
And you really give the Lord a lot of credit for your talent, don't you?
Absolutely. Well, he gets all the credit. My career is always, I've been creative since I was a little guy. And the computers always interest me as well. So I was doing computer-aided drawing by like 14, 15, and then started doing logos and brochures for people. And it's a lot of times where I ran into little dead ends with my career, and I didn't know what to do. And every single time it was, Lord, it was a prayer. Lord, help me through this. Show me what to do. And he'd show me every single time.
Now, he not only would give you ideas, but he helped you through some pretty hard times and some times where you got pretty deep in debt.
Absolutely.
How did the Lord help you?
He helped me focus, and he helped me with that fruit of the Spirit at the end of the list, self-control.
Right.
It was about learning how to control spending habits and to be really a good steward with things he's entrusted me to. So I knew he wanted me to be a creative person and build my business, but I needed to be diligent with what he'd given me.
Well, you knew that God opened the door for you to be on this show. What was your #1 goal when you were on this show? And how did the contestants, I mean, they probably figured out you were a believer. How did they react to you?
I think my #1 goal was really to just be a man of character. That's do my parents proud and do my home church and family proud, people I'm close to. And it really was to treat everybody with a lot of respect. I have a lot of, admiration for the other contestants because they're professionals in their own right. And I felt like the underdog, when I was there, because they're all been in the profession for quite a while. So yeah, it was a lot of respect.
You were the runner-up, but you're still designing and you're still doing. What are you doing today?
Yeah, today we're doing a lot of interior work. I'm getting a lot of calls, of course, all over the country, which is pretty cool. And because of the internet now, and because of my savvy with, using the web and leveraging that, I'm able to do a lot of design from afar. So I can design people's homes, get their measurements, send them design plans, and they can go execute it on their own time.
Jeribai, a lot of people might be like me. I've lived in the same place for almost 10 years, and I've been staring at this one wall for about 10 years and thinking, I want to paint it, just an accent wall because there's a fireplace there, but still everything is white. How can you break out of that? And you just have to take a leap of faith and say, I'm going to try a color. I mean, I'd like to try cranberry or red or something, and then I'm always like, well, that might be too loud.
I think the biggest, it's like you said, just take a leap, a color leap. Go get a sample of paint and paint one wall and just let that kind of absorb, into your system. And it's got to be a color that you love.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we pick really bright, vibrant colors, and those look great on the wall, but you sometimes have to tone them down because they could be a little too intense.
All right, we cannot let you go before you give us some design tips. We have 2 lamps over here that are very beautiful. They didn't start out that way, though. We have the before pictures, I'm told. So we're going to take a look at those right now. There is the first one, pretty basic. And tell the story. You were on your way here yesterday, and one of the lamps broke in your suitcase and literally shattered.
Exactly. So the before shot of the lamp was just a faux finished lamp. I think we got it at a store a while ago.
So you had to go shopping yesterday, and you said you bought one of these lamps for 98 cents.
Yeah, that's the beauty of being a DIYer or do-it-yourselfer.
So you want me to guess which one you got for 98 cents?
Yeah.
And it's really hard because they're gorgeous now. I mean, I love the yellow one.
Thank you. They turned out really good.
So just the bottom part was 98 cents, and then
just
you get
the
shade.
base, and then we got the shade at a local store. But yeah,
I'm gonna guess. I don't know. I guess I'm going to go with this one.
That was the 98 cent one?
Was that your 98 cent one?
Yeah, it was. Okay. You got it right, Wendy.
Because this one is more ornate. It has a little bit more detail.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to paint this one white. So it had a little bit more of a porcelain look. Actually looks like a piece of pottery.
So how did it start out? What color was it first?
It was a faux finish. So the top looked like it was metal. Right. It had kind of a metallic look. So I wanted to paint it all white, just give it a clean, classic look, and then complement that with a herringbone shade. Yeah. And it just gives it a nice, traditional, but a little updated feel.
And where did you find the shades?
I think the shades we got at Target.
Okay, so you didn't do anything to these. You just bought the shades like this.
And I really keyed off the shade for the design. So I didn't just paint the base first and then try to match it with a shade. I found a shade I really liked and a pattern I liked, and then painted the base to complement it.
All right, well, I need you to come over to my house before you leave Virginia Beach, if that's okay, and take a look. Jeribai, so great to have you on the show. We really appreciate you. You're an inspiration.
Thank you.